spot a good chair is actually not that hard. There are some things you can check quite easy. First, check the design. If it's this typical rally design, you all know it's most likely from the same manufacturer, same factory, just with a different manufacturer branded. Those chairs were done in the first times when gaming chairs came up, and someone thought, how does a gaming chair need to look like? And they thought about racing cars and racing chairs. So that's where the design comes from. Nobody ever put a thought into it, how could a gaming chair look? And some other companies, they just take their old office chairs, put some color in it, and pretend that's a gaming chair now. But no, it's not. Check different designs. Might be something nice to check. Another thing quite easy to see is if the back is really straight down, if it's flat, the whole back is flat. Lean against the wall. Is that ergonomic? No, it's not. Because if you watch your back has the S shape. It has because you have a spine. And this spine is in an S shape. And with this, you should also check the back. And if you get like a second pillow, a lumbar support pillow, how good can the ergonomics on the chair be if they provide you something extra to make it ergonomic? It can't be ergonomic if you need that pillow. Check if you get a lumbar support, which you can adjust. This would be much better. Yeah, but even if there's no lumbar support, check for the S shape. Then check the stitching, check the materials. Does it smell when it comes out of the case, of the package? Push it. Can you feel a steel frame underneath? If it has a steel frame, it is outside with a big frame, and inside you have a grid of wires. And therefore the foam is most likely quite hard, which is because if they would make it soft and you have it on a bunch of wires on your seat, you would push through and it would be cut. And of course you don't want that. But that's one thing that might happen. Mechanics. Always check if there's a synchronous mechanic. That's the best you can do for your back, for ergonomics. The cheap ones, they are always connected on the sides, to the left and the right. The seat and the back, they connect on the side. If you have that, you most likely have the cheapest mechanic there is. Most manufacturers, they promote it as, oh, you can lean back and do it 180 degrees. Wow, great. I thought I'm buying a seat, not a bed. And a bed can be ergonomic, but it's not when it comes to a chair. You want a chair, you want a good support, you want your back and your body to open, to encourage the flow, and that's really important. So synchronous mechanic is what you want, and that's easy thing to check. Just check what kind of mechanic does it have. Or, easy thing to spot, if it goes from the middle of the back right underneath the seat, then it's a high chance of a synchronous mechanic. Of course, there are also quality differences between synchronous mechanics. There's one very cheap, which is now put into some chairs. This is the cheapest on the market, like manufactured many years ago, and now it's available. So just check for it. But that's a good thing to spot. The base, the star base, is also one thing. If it's covered by plastic, why would you cover anything in plastic? Plastic always has this touch of cheap. And if you cover something with cheap plastic, how good can it be underneath? Maybe take off and take a look. Maybe you find something you don't want to find, but that's also something. Last thing to spot easily is the warranty. Like I said before, 10 years warranty, which we give. Why do we do? Because we believe in our product. If a manufacturer only gives me 2 years warranty, What he's really saying is, I only trust my chair for 2 years. And the surface, they crumble. We give you 10 years on the whole chair. So no problem there. And we trust our chair for 10 years. So should you.